I quit my job. And you may be wondering one of two things. One, why did you quit your job? And two, when did you get a job that you were able to quit? So let me reverse it for a little bit. If this is your first time watching one of my videos, my name is Georgie-Ann. I'm an entrepreneur, a content creator, and I was previously employed full-time. And how did that all happen? So about 1.5 years ago, let me put my shades because the sun is sunning. About 1.5 years ago, so back in December of 2023, I got a full-time job as a program manager at CUNY in a department called Practitioners and Residents. And in this program, what my job was to find industry professionals to come and teach at CUNY campuses. And while I did really love and enjoy that job, and I'll put a little side note here, I've never worked a job that I really didn't enjoy. And it was really hard to leave the job because I actually did enjoy the work. I felt like we were making really good impact. I felt like it was something that I could see myself doing forever, if I'm being honest. Like, there were other growth opportunities within CUNY, et cetera, et cetera. But so why did I quit? Well, this is part one of the multi-part series of why did I quit my job and what happens next. So before getting this job, I was a full-time entrepreneur. I've primarily done contract as well as freelance jobs. So I've worked for, I can't even count how many companies. I've had a business for myself the majority of my adult life. So previous business was Illicit Mind, and then the last 6 years I've had a company called GSD Solutions where we do IT systems and AV. And I was still doing that work, but when I went back to get my master's degree in IO psychology, as well as participate in the Goldman Sachs 1 Million Black Women program, I realized that the time available to me, I needed to be more strategic in how I spent my time and what I spent my time doing. And so I'm like, all right, if I fully still be in my business, I would have to do sales, I'd have to do outreach, and that would take up a lot more time than I had trying to do a master's program, okay? And so I started searching for a job, and I knew some connections, and I saw this opportunity. And I've worked at CUNY before, proud CUNY alum. I went to CUNY for undergrad, I went to Baruch, and then for grad school I also went to Baruch. And I've worked for CUNY in the CUNY Stars program, so I'm CUNY through and through. I love all things CUNY. And so when I found this job opportunity, I'm like, oh, this is perfect for me. Like, finding industry professionals in business and finance. This is my literally dream job almost. And so I applied, I interviewed for about 3 rounds, and I was selected. And I was really grateful for the job opportunity. And so now, 18 months later, I realized that I want to go back full-time into my business, running GSD Solutions. But beyond that, I really, really love teaching, training, and entrepreneurship coaching. And I've been doing this in not a full-time way for a long time. So I've always coached people, mentored people, worked in accelerator programs in various ways, everything from Startup Institute to Girls Who Code to Black Women Talk Tech. I've worked in this space for so many years, and it's literally just, it makes my heart warm. It makes me feel so good to help specifically entrepreneurs and people that to learn entrepreneurship. I remember the first real big taste I got of this was a couple years ago, where I was an instructor for a course at BMCC, and the students, they came from Denmark. I think they were high school students or first year college students. I don't remember exactly where they were, but I think high school. And they came for 2 weeks, and we did this accelerator business boot camp where I was the primary instructor. And I fell in love. And at the end of the program, some of the students were like, I had no idea that being an entrepreneur could directly impact the field that I was gonna pursue. So some wanted to be nursing, architects. They have like careers that they wanted to pursue. And they were like, wow, we were able to build a business in 2 weeks, pitch that business. I don't think there was any money, funding, or investment that went into the business, but the program was like showing them the concepts of entrepreneurship. And being the instructor and having them come up to be like, Miss Georgie, like, you really changed what my life could look like. You really changed my perspective, my perception of entrepreneurship as a whole. I thought you have to have these certain skill sets, and getting that taste, I may not become an entrepreneur, but now I could use those skills in my career. I could think differently about my field. And I don't know, like, I'm literally like feeling really emotional right now, because that was one of the experiences that told me like I love teaching. I went on to create like content on social media. Like I tried to launch my own accelerator program, and I realized that when I tried to launch my own accelerator program, literally 1 student signed up. And when she signed up, I was surprised. I was just like, whoa, you really signed up to this. Like, she's like, yeah, you've been showing the work. I don't even know where she came from. And she's like, you've been showing that you've been doing it. You've helped other people build. And my fear in doing more entrepreneurship programs of my own, like I see a bunch of people online like, oh, join my coaching program, become an entrepreneur in X amount of weeks. And I've taken a few classes that I've had to pay for, and most of the courses I've taken and programs have been through like bigger programs. So I did the Bank of America program that they did for entrepreneurs, Bank of America and Cornell University program. I did that. I also took an entrepreneurship class at Harvard Business School online. I've gone through the Goldman Sachs program, Digital Undivided, the CUNY program. What other programs? I've been to a bunch of different entrepreneurship programs. So I have certificates out the wazoo on entrepreneurship, and it's just always been a love for me. And I am like born and bred an entrepreneur from in my middle school days, high school, college. I don't remember a time where I wasn't an entrepreneur. And so having this job for the last year and a half made me wonder, like, am I gonna only do this? Like, what does going back to entrepreneurship full time look like? And it is a leap of faith, right? I understand a little bit now. I don't think I have the full understanding of what it's like to quit your job without ever being an entrepreneur before, because you're used to that security. And I'm not gonna lie, the paychecks every 2 weeks, I was liking. And there was a point in my business, and I'll be fully transparent, there was a point in my business where every 2 weeks I was getting a paycheck from my own business. But then post-pandemic, we had some slower years. I think 2022, 2023 were rough years for everybody overall. And so when I had the job for 2024 and then like part of 2025, I was like, okay, do I really want to stop this bi-weekly check to try to build back this business to where it was when I was working full-time in the business? And it was something that I rattled with for a long time. I originally was planning to leave a couple months ago around March. And then I was just like, oh no, that doesn't make any sense. Like, just stay. Like, why not collect the check and do your other things on the side? But as when you put your mind in a certain position, because I just committed to it, right? Like, I said to myself, I want to go full time with content. I want to go full time with entrepreneurship. And I didn't even have the opportunities yet. Once I said that in my mind and I committed it to my heart, opportunities started coming out the wazoo, y'all, like coming out from everywhere. And I was just like, what? Like, where did this come from? I got this role that I'm in right now, and I'm gonna talk to y'all about in just a second. I got speaking opportunities, like literally multiple paid speaking opportunities at that. And I'm like, God, if this is what I'm supposed to be, just say that. You don't gotta tell me twice. Yes, thank you. I love this work and I wanna keep doing that. So the role that I'm doing right now is I am the entrepreneur in residence for a program called Seeds of Fortune. Their specific program within, so the organization Seeds of Fortune, and the program that I'm doing entrepreneur residence for is called Girl Startup. And so it's about a 6-week program where we take these high school girls from all over the country. We have girls from Georgia, New York, California, Alabama, like literally all over the world, and all of the US. And we take them, so they have weekly workshops, then there was some in-person pitching, virtual pitching, and then now we brought them to Miami for 3 days, and they're gonna be pitching in front of the Grant Cardone for a Nation tomorrow for monetary prizes. The highest prize is $3,000 for the first place winner, $2,000 for second place, and $1,000 for the third place winner. And something like, we just came back from the beach. That's why I'm wearing my bathing suit. So I was like so excited. Let me pull out my camera. If I'm really trying to be in my content creation bag, I just got to pull out my camera and record. I'm not gonna lie, there's a little thirst trap because I know people gonna watch it like, oh, why she's in a bathing suit. But today really solidified for me like where I want to be at, you know, and the type of impact that I want to make. And for the last 3 summers, I was also teaching another program called Boss Girls, which is a 5-week entrepreneurship program where we kind of do the same thing. And I'm like, yo, I really love teaching and I love entrepreneurship. I love training and I love content. And the next phase of my career is gonna look like showing up fully in those 3 places: content creation, education, and teaching, right? Well, content creation, education, and technology. Teaching is a part of education. And I feel like showing up fully, 100% myself, conversation with my therapist, is going to really move the needle for me. And when I say move the needle for me, I feel like I have held back the potential that I have within myself. And when I say held back the potential, like in school and different places, people always say like, I feel like you have more in you and I feel like you could do more. And I be doing a lot, like literally queen of getting shit done. I be doing a lot. And I think it's true. Like sometimes I do withhold my greatness because I'm an awkward person. I'm just be honest. Like I can be awkward sometimes. I'm really fun. I'm really bubbly. Like I have a great time. But I ask myself, like, am I too much for this person to handle? And I don't want to scare people away. I've always been like teacher's pet, the nerdy girl, the awkward one. And even when I try to dim it down, it's like it's still clear that she's the awkward one. And I'm just like, why are you hiding the best versions of you from people around you? That's not fair to you. That's not fair to them. And you're being judgmental. Like I call myself out. You're being judgmental. You think that they can't handle it. Why not? Why not? Why not? And so I just really want to show up authentically in my best self, in my best version, how I feel comfortable, even wearing this bathing suit in this video. And I pray to God I publish this video, because sometimes I have so many videos in my little DJI Osmo that I have not published. My trip from Thailand, like, and I'm traveling a lot. And I really feel so good being able to travel, do great work, and make an impact. And that's what I've always wanted to do. And so I'm just like, girl, stop sleeping on yourself. You are the one reason that you are not as successful as you want to be. Yeah, I said it. It's the truth. And so what am I going to do about that? Now that I know, I have to do better. Now that you know better, you have to do better. So I just want to keep showing up. So that is my first part. I feel like this is like a 10-part series. But that is why I quit my job. I realized that while I did love the job that I was working, there was a bigger calling on my name, and staying there would have been a disservice to myself and the people around me. That's all. And if you are in a position that an opportunity is presenting itself to you where you want to step into a bigger calling on your name, I feel like now is the time, and I hope this resonates with somebody else that's watching this video. You have to show up for yourself, because if you don't, then who will? What are you waiting for? Who are you waiting for? I'm gonna let y'all in on a secret. The person you're waiting for is you. And until you can realize and accept that as the truth, you'll keep waiting and waiting, and no one is gonna come, because the person that you're waiting for is you. So I hope you find you, and it is a beautiful experience, and you could thrive and enjoy and feel good about what you do and who you are. And obviously, all my jobs is not gonna take me to a hotel in Miami, but there's a lot of opportunities that I haven't even went after out of fear of success. I'm just like, what does my life look like if I do this? And it's not even fear of failure. Girl, I've done failed so many things, and I know for a fact, 100% of the time that I failed, I came back stronger, better. So I know success is right behind failure. So for me, next steps looks like being honest with myself, taking that leap of faith. I'm gonna keep talking about it more, but yeah, I'm nervous. This is a post to keep myself accountable, and for y'all to welcome into my journey. This is my life. A bombshell just dropped on Love Island. But yeah, ask me any questions. I'm gonna keep breaking it down and sharing more. But if you want to learn more about entrepreneurship, education, and content creation, you're in the right place. Hit that follow button down below. I always forget to say it on YouTube. But this is gonna be all over the internet. But thank you so much for watching this video. If you made it this far, appreciate you. Keep watching. There's so much more fun stuff coming. And any words of encouragement, any words of advice, leave them below. But yeah, I hope this little third strut did what it's supposed to do. I'm literally just coming from the beach, and I'm about to go get ready for our dinner party with the girls. They're pitching tomorrow. I'm gonna put some clips of their pitches tomorrow. But I'm so proud and grateful that I have manifested the life that I wanted to live, and that God is putting me in a position to ask myself the hard questions and do the hard things and show up in the best way possible for me, myself, and I. And when my cup runneth over, it's gonna hit everybody. My cup is gonna spill over and positively impact us all. Thank you for watching. I'll see y'all in the next video. Bye, y'all.